Alright, this video is going to be fucking saucy. Let me tell you. Let me keep you updated on what has happened in the last week for me. Again, this is kind of a video, like it's like a turning point for me. And I really want to make a video talking about these stories so I can go back and say, like, I remember this, okay? So basically, if you guys have been following or you're just new here, welcome. But look, I've been doing e-commerce for, I think it's been a year, like starting this month or next month. And it's been a journey. I've hit five figures, and it's been okay, right? But lately, I've been on a rug, and I'm very honest with it. I don't bullshit. I've been on a rug, slug, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And the last week, I've been dealing with Facebook bans, as everyone else is as well, and I wasn't able to get a product up and running. And I've been trying to figure it out, and technically, like, I have some solutions. I'm still trying, but basically it's allowed me, or it's kind of forced me to take a slow, like a step back and analyze and realistically kind of like live life a bit, like take a little break from e-commerce. Like I was thinking and doing some kind of work for e-commerce, plus running a community, doing all my life things, whatever. But it's kind of making me take a step back, a slower pace, and analyze and learn a lot, okay? And again, I've learned so much that I'm kind of breaking this down in like a week, like videos for the next week. Like every video was everything that I've learned so far recently. And this is just how it all started, okay? This is basically the beginning of everything that I've learned. So last weekend, I was going to, it's kind of like a festival. My sister and her boyfriend organized it at their cottage, you know, in the wilderness, whatever you like to call it. And they kind of do like some rave, some party, like big party, like a huge party, like wild party, okay? And I go every year. And usually I didn't want to go this year. I didn't want to go. I felt like I didn't deserve it, but I was kind of like forced to. And I was like, whatever, I'm not going to explain to you why I was forced to, but I was kind of like forced to. And then obviously I wasn't forced to. You can do whatever you want, but like whatever. I said, you know what, I go every year. It's to support them and their hard work because it takes a lot to organize it. So I'm like, you know, let me just take the weekend to go enjoy my life, okay? Enjoy my life, even though sometimes it's hard to enjoy it when you're not where you want to be. And you've been dealing with issues left, right, and center the week before. But I said, you know what, let me enjoy it. But I prayed to God. And I said, God, look, I know I'm going into a situation or an area where there's no business happening. No one does business. Everyone there is, you know, on some substances. Everyone's partying and having fun and enjoying life. It's very hard to learn business advice, okay? But God, I know you exist and I know you're listening. And I prayed to him and I said, look, somehow make me learn something from this weekend. Like, please, like, I don't know how you're going to do it, but just please, like, I need to advance somehow. And what happened, so it's a funny story. What happened was there's this girl at the party, towards the end of the party, you know, a friend of a friend, right? And we ended up talking about what I do. You know, and I was trying to explain to her what I do with the e-commerce, drop shipping, blah, blah, blah. And I was very honest. I told her exactly what I do. And at the time, I told her, I'm like, yeah, sometimes I sell jewelry. I sell bracelets, whatever it is. And she goes, so you're wearing it? Let me see. I'm like, no, I'm not wearing it. And she's like, what do you mean you're not wearing it? Why? I'm like, well, technically, like, that's the business model. I kind of do, like, I don't hold the product, like, I never touch it really. And she's like, well, how do you know if it's good quality? And I'm like, well, like, technically, like, you just look at images or like start selling it and wait for reviews from your customers, whatever it is. You ask your supplier. And she goes, well, and remind yourself, like, this girl is obliterated. It's like 4 a.m. in the morning. We just came back from a party, like a huge party. And she's like, well, that's like stupid. Like, she's like, that's kind of stupid. Like, she's like, technically, like, I'm a huge buyer on TikTok. She's like, I buy stuff on TikTok. And I'd love to buy something from a brand that's confident with their product, that's confident with what they do and have quality check their things that they sell. And I'm like, you know what? Like, you're absolutely right. And I'm mind blown. I'm like, holy shit, like, this is exactly what I asked for. I'm like, there's no way I'm having this conversation in this party setting. I was in shock. And I'm like, yeah, like, I can't say really anything. Like, I know, like, that's a drop shipping business model, but obviously, technically, the best thing to do is order a sample to check the quality, or to make double and triple check with your supplier. Like, please make sure this is good quality. Will my customers like this? And I'm not saying, like, you know, for every test you have to order the product, but it just, like, just that comment there, speaking to, like, an actual customer, like, it blew my mind how she's like, look, I'm a girl that buys on TikTok. And I'm like, technically, out of the girls or people that I know might like, no, I've never heard anyone buy something on TikTok, but yeah, that's my whole business model, right? I impulse buyers, and she's an impulse buyer, and it's the first time I'm actually, like, talking to them in real life. And she's like I like to buy from trustworthy brands. And it just goes to like, it shifted my mind to more of like, Julian, you're not focusing on brand. You're not focusing on trust and brand and loyalty. Like you're cutting corners. You're doing shortcuts, and that's why maybe you're not succeeding, is because you're not treating it like a business, and you're not treating it as you're selling to real human beings who want good quality, who want to be served real value, and you're not doing your part. You're not doing your part as a good entrepreneur. And it was just a crazy moment to me. And I'm not joking. The next day after that, I had someone reach out to me. I won't say names or anything, but I have had someone to reach out to me who is doing very well in this space, who lives in my area, and reached out a helping hand and helped me. And that's where I'm going to save for the other videos of what I've learned from him. But I just want to bring it off that in the last week, this is where it all started. I literally was all lost. I felt hopeless. I couldn't run any products for over a week through Facebook bans. And I was forced to go to this weekend getaway. And I believed in God, and I prayed, like, somehow teach me something. Like, I need help. I need guidance somehow, because I know how God works sometimes. He transfers his message through other human beings. Like, it's not always directly through him or through, intuitions or whatever it may be. It's a lot of the time it's actually through other humans. And I just found it funny how, I just felt like when she was talking to me, I felt like even before, like, we had the conversation and it was like leading towards it, I felt like this is it. Like, this girl, for some reason was completely, drunk and out of it. But now all of a sudden she's talking logic. She's talking fucking facts. And I just felt like God is, like, controlling her to tell me this. And it was just beautiful. And I had an amazing time, by the way, at the weekend getaway. It was one of the best times of my life. It was super fun. But basically to say, God works in his wonderful ways. And this is just a start of what I've learned throughout. I've learned so much. I can't tell you, like, my brain, it took me days to, like, organize everything. My brain was going all over the place. But I learned so much. And this is where it started. It was amazing. It was another amazing experience from God, I feel like. And yeah, like, that's just kind of the introduction of where I'm leading to, my new path in e-commerce and the turning point. Like, I should make this literally a series of, like, called the turning point of my journey. But anyways, again, please stay tuned for the rest of the videos during this week. Huge. But again, isn't that story amazing? I have no words. Obviously you can't feel the same impact as I do since I'm living it, but it brings shivers down my spine. It's like, wow, God just surprises me more every day, man. Pulls this stuff off. Like, it's like, I don't know how. But yes, again, like I said, this week is very important. Stay tuned. Get the notification bell on. And that's when I'll see you